All right, JAG University, episode 18. Kevin, big question I know comes up is how and when should a business owner shop their insurance policies?
Okay, so the when first is a business owner should shop their insurance policies when they're losing trust with their current agent.
All right, that's interesting. When they trust the process, I mean, and I'm actually going to agree with you. It caught me off guard there for a second because my head was going somewhere else. But trusting the process, and I guess take a look at it when you're looking at certain businesses, you know, whether it's a condo association, a food manufacturer, really any sort of business down here. You look at the available options for a business owner. There's probably 5 or 6 different companies that can insure them effectively. So is it more of not being comfortable with what they're being presented or their past experiences of why they need to shop around? Because if there's ultimate trust, right, you're going to see that transparent process up front. It's trust,
and it normally comes up because, you know, everyone does the whole sales dance, whatever. But with insurance, your relationship extends throughout the entire year, renewal, and every year after that. So it's a very relationship business. It's not just hey, I made a sale and I went away. It's okay, I sold you something and now we're working together forever. So it's important to have a lot of trust in that relationship. It's like a marriage almost. I mean, you're connected with this agency, this firm, this person, as long as as your policies are enforced year over year.
But you have this like reaction where you get your in, you know, and look, right now for most type of insurance policies, rates are continuing to increase, right?
Yeah.
So the reaction is you get a renewal option from your agent, from your insurance company, with a 30-40% increase. What's the knee-jerk reaction? This can't be happening. You're taking advantage of this, right? Price gouging. I'm gonna go shop around. Now, is it more of there has to be kind of a better, or throughout the process explaining why that happened? Right, because if you lose the process, I mean, there's a reason why rates are going up, and it could be not necessarily about you having claims, but other factors in the market. But if that case happens and you get your renewal bill, and you've lost trust in your agent as far as how you got to that point throughout the process, how can you effectively shop around your insurance policy?
Yeah, so it's, you know, we go back to a limited marketplace. We only have so many carriers that are willing to write it, and the bigger and more commercial an account gets, the more consolidated that market is. So there's only 4 companies out there. And, you know, you should have a good idea of what the arena looks like. And then if you are blindsided every year upon renewal, that's a problem in itself because you don't understand how your agent is marketing the account. You don't understand what the expectations are to be throughout the year if they're seeing big increases in that class. So that's already, hey, you're being left in the dark. You're not getting information you need to budget properly. If you're seeing huge increases throughout the year, okay, I can anticipate my own increase. I can make preparations and I can set my expectations. If there's only 4 or 5 markets, but I already know that 3 of them are never going to touch my account because I don't fit their guideline, then I really know I'm only between 1 or 2 carriers and I understand my situation. Then you have servicing throughout the year. If your agent isn't getting back to you, if he's not providing your vendors, your clients, anyone that needs certificates, or unit owners, if you're a condominium, if there's problems, if when a claim comes up, it just sits there, doesn't get addressed, they don't gather information. I mean, these are a lot of things that happen, and these are a lot of stories that we hear when people approach us to try to get us to bid an account.
Yeah, because there's going to be most of the time where what you have, whether it's more expensive or not, or did increase, is the best option available.
Yeah.
And then it becomes more of a secondary, how you managing the other parts about it, not just the price, but how you managing the claims, the service. Is it a very smooth process?
And how often when you get an opportunity for a larger commercial account, are you getting that opportunity within the adequate time range and open marketplace to actually work it from scratch correctly?
So bring that up. So let's say when the situation this happens where a business owner, you know, again, they're worried about growing their business. And now we're about 30 days out and we get the renewal offer that went up 30-40%. How can they effectively take a step back, speak to their agent, but also look, I'm not here. I don't like what I'm hearing. How can they go out and effectively get 2 other bids without disrupting what they have on the table?
Okay. So there's only a few markets out there, you know, whether it's 5 or 10 or 15, it's still not an infinite number of marketplaces. Bigger commercial deals, the market only remains available for 1 agency. So once they're approached by somebody, anybody else that tries to get a quote from that market is blocked.
That word blocked doesn't make sense to, like, it's an insurance term, right?
Yeah.
But the the business owner doesn't understand why can't I call 2-3 different people and say, give me a quote. So the word blocked, to clarify, it's only one insurance company will work with one insurance agent at a time.
Correct. So somebody, your incumbent agent could 3 months out block the marketplace by just sending your submission to every market out there. So no agent can go and get any quotes from them. And then they can just kind of sit there understanding that the market is blocked up. They have their proposal and they're insulated. They're protected.
Well, let me ask you, how come on that proposal, why wouldn't it show those other options as well?
That would be up to the individual why they did the things they did. I mean, when we present renewals, when we market out accounts, we provide marketing summaries and we show the names of the carriers and we show that their response, why we're not quoting with them.
Sure.
Maybe they're not competitive. Maybe they don't write that type of construction in South Florida. Maybe they don't like apartments. Maybe they don't like condos. Maybe the roof is too old, etc. But you get an idea of, hey, these are the available companies. Our option is this company with this price. And this is why we didn't get a quote from any of these other companies or why we decided to go with this choice.
So the marketing summary, it's something that a lot of people don't include in the proposal.
Yeah.
I know it's an extra step, but I think that has to be that extra level of transparency to show, you as a business owner kind of want to, it's almost like trust and verify, right? I want to see what they're at and see what they're doing.
Yeah.
That marketing summary could also be the tool, right? To shop it around for another agent as far as the bidding process, right? Almost a trust and verify kind of process. But let me ask you, as an agent, and this is something that obviously we're on the agent side, then aren't there times that there may be other options, but maybe you as an agent don't represent those options as an agent? Because the other thing too, not every agent has access to the same markets. So is there a fiduciary responsibility as an agent to let your insured know, hey, by the way, FCCI might be an option for your business, but I don't represent them?
Yeah. I mean,
has that ever been done?
I haven't been on the wrong side of that yet, but a lot of the times when we've taken looks at accounts, especially on short notice and some condos where we have maybe a couple markets that other agents don't, and we've been able to get a quote, some of the more experienced insurance purchasers have said, hey, how are you able to get a quote here? This doesn't make sense.
No. And I think that's that little aspect too. The market summary really plays a big role.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's from a business owner standpoint, if you have a developing relationship or you're kind of looking for different relationships on your current product, ask that question. That should be something almost like asking for your loss runs.
Yeah.
It's your information, right? The market summary is kind of a proof of work. Now, we could talk about how accurate that market summary is, but if you ask for it, I guarantee you it's going to be accurate.
It can get verified.
It can get verified by somebody else just asking questions.
Yeah. And circling back to the earlier video with loss runs are a big part of this. If you're remarketing a decent sized account and it's close to renewal and you don't have loss runs, you're not going to get anywhere. So you need the loss runs, but you also need to have an idea of the market. So let's say you're in a scenario, I'm the president of a condo and I've been with this agent for 10 years. And every year on renewal, they show up 2 weeks before renewal. They have a 30% increase. Mm-hmm. The board freaks out on me. The unit owners are outside of my window with pitchforks and torches ready to get me.
Here comes the assessment.
Because we have to charge an assessment. Oh, right. Man, during a pandemic, which is, it's happened. So it's, what do I do this year that's different? Every time I try to bid this out, agents just tell me they can't do anything. All right, well, what I can do differently is instead of waiting 2 weeks away from renewal, I know this is going to be a battle I'm going to fight. A few months out, maybe 3 months out, 2 months out, I ask my incumbent, I go, hey, what are your preferred markets? I identify 1 or 2 other agents that I've researched that I like, maybe that I've met with, and I feel like I could develop a relationship with them.
Sure.
Ask them what markets they want. Now that I have all the markets that everybody wants, I can assign them to the agents.
That's a big term you just said, assignment of markets.
Correct.
Sometimes it gets confused, or I think agents don't explain it correctly where they say it's an agent of record, where someone's being quote unquote terminated as an agency. But assignment of markets allows you to access a certain insurance company on behalf of the insured without affecting the current insurance product.
Yeah. And it also guarantees you the ability for your other options to provide a complete proposal. So it's like, hey, I want this property market, this liability market, and these other markets. There you go.
Let me ask you something. Talk about loss runs. We talked about this before. Going back to why you should shop your insurance. because you lost trust in either your agent or the process.
Yeah.
But if you're worried about asking your agent for loss runs, do you really trust them?
No, not at all. I mean, if you're scared to ask your agent for loss runs, that means you're scared about how they're going to treat you
And or react, right?
or they react once they think that you're looking at another option.
And and that's your information as well.
It's like an abusive relationship. It's like saying like, hey, can I have something that's mine? And they'll be like, why? Are you going to leave me?
That's fear driven 100%. That's why nobody likes insurance.
Yeah.
That fear driven process of like, oh, it's going to affect me. Obviously, insurance is, it should be peace of mind. It's the complete opposite.
And it's the same thing. If I'm the president of that board and the incumbent agent shows up at my door a week or two before renewal, maybe the day slipped my mind, here's your quote, went up 40%. You want to shop it out? Go for it. I'm going to take forever to give you loss runs. I'm not going to tell you who I approached.
Right.
And I'm going to put you in a position where you have to buy this. And it's going to work.
I mean, I guess the process becomes difficult and people give up.
And that's why if you feel like your trust is waning and that you don't really understand what's going on, you're kind of in the dark, you can't wait till that last minute till you get the price. Oh, it'll get better next time upon renewal. No, because you'll get that quote right before renewal again. Your trusted second option that you really want to work with is not going to be able to do anything for you, no matter how hard they try, because there just isn't enough time to work around clearances, block markets, and obtaining loss runs. So you need to start meeting with these people and having these conversations a few months out from your expiration.
Yeah, I think to recap, overall theme, when you want to shop or if you need to shop your insurance program, it's really when you start to lose trust in your insurance agent. I mean, this process, we've explained it somewhat in layman terms, but it's a very antiquated process, right? The bidding process makes itself to be very tedious, very difficult. So if you're going to shop around when you lose trust in your agent.
Yeah, you don't shop around because I need lower prices, because we're all playing in the same field, essentially. Maybe there's a few markets we have that others don't have, but a majority of agents are playing in the same field on all the same accounts.
Yeah.
So the reason you're not getting the pricing you're getting, or the reason you don't understand the pricing you're getting, is because of lack of trust with your agent. So find someone you feel like you'll be able to trust, not someone that can just guarantee a price 1 year or something like that.